G'day, ladies and gentlemen. How you all doing? Scotty D49 here with you with another installment in the Dungeons and Gumdrops D&D series. This is going to be session number 28. The hunters become the hunted. It's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, we are down at Sugarsockz for this session, and Fireposion is running a little bit late. So it is going to be a bit shorter. We're not going to get anything into too major, but we are going to make some progressions in the story and do some fun stuff as well. We've got everyone else here but Fire, who is running late. So yeah, why don't we just jump straight into it, team?
Forever.
I don't know what it is, but there is a right answer.
I'm gonna go with
Rainbow trout.
I told you this was the hard questions.
Rainbow trout. Do rainbow trout. Go.
What?
Rainbow Trout.
I'm back.
So
Nice.
Welcome back.
I come back to everyone being like,
Oh.
we're guessing to a question, and
There is actually a correct answer to that question. I had to look
No,
it
there's
up.
none.
There absolutely is.
What is
I
the
just
correct
made that
answer?
question up. How
No,
did
you did not.
I did not.
You did
Okay,
not.
wow. I thought I just made that question up. So,
What's
so
the
Scotty,
question?
I asked Iron. I said, if you were the color purple, what kind of fish would you wear?
right.
With Bobble's help, I said Rainbow Trout.
Rainbow trout is a very good fish.
That is a good one.
Also, is everyone here now?
Apart from
yeah.
Fire,
Also,
yes.
minus fire.
Minus fire, but
Yeah.
Cool.
That's okay.
Well, would we like
Do
for
it.
myself to do the recap as per usual?
Do it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Go for it. Do it.
Yes,
Alrighty.
sir.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another Dungeons and Gumdrops session. But before we jump into tonight's session, we're going to do a quick recap of session 27. The time for answers is nigh. So we pick up the session just after we find ZR1 and he has killed Naga. Straight up in front of half the party. And it's Altharion responds by drawing out a Huffang and holding it in front of ZR's face, going, "Do you recognize this blade?" ZR recognizes it but doesn't know who's wielding it. At Altharion sheathing the blade, Rukhar loses it and is like, "Why are we letting ZR stand for just killing Naga?" And having, with Altharion in the dream space, having that knowledge of what the conversations Eliadan had with ZR1, knowing about the Escurants, which is what ZR was hunting, he asked him if Naga was the Escurants, which he was. So he went on the way of explaining that to Rukhar and giving an understanding across all of the party. Now, Samson wants to eat Naga. And so after this discussion, he's trying to drag away the body, and Altharion's like, "Don't you dare do that," being like a father to this Warforge or creature. And pretty much what ends up happening, ZR says it's probably the best way to dispose of the body. And so reluctantly, Altharion lets him do it. But before we pull everything off Naga, including Naga's journal, which was a bit manic, let's be honest. It's at this point that the rest of the party start to make their way down into town. Altharion talks with Evanora. We catch up with Rogar and fill him in, and Rogar's just like, "What the hell? Why are we not demolishing this dude? Why are we not going to town?" And I had to explain that. Altharion had to explain that as well and go, "Look, this is why," and really explain the gravity of the situation. And Altharion's having to do a lot of legwork for the party at the moment to keep things going, keep things together here. However, we head over to the lake, which was a prophecy that was given, or not necessarily a prophecy, but a psychic telling or a tarot card reading that Esmeralda gave to Rogar. And it's turns out to be that the lake is related to the Morning Lord. And there is a shrine there with holy light and white sun. And as we're looking around and having a look at the guards, there's 2 guards sitting on this gazebo, and it looks relatively run down. And there's this statue that's kind of sitting there with holding its arms open. So Rukhar thinking it'd be a great idea to run up and hug it. Rolling a natural 1, then proceeds to have the 2 guards say, "Don't move a muscle. If you move, we fall into the water." Immediately at that, Altharion and several other party members jump into action. Altharion, still having the immovable rod, grabs it and jumps into the pool, locking it in place underneath and grabbing some of the 300-foot rope and his already 30-foot rope and just starts tying it up to put it around to try and support it as best as possible. But as he's doing that, he casts rope trick, so one goes up in the air and holds it magically in place. The other, which is the 30-foot, the 300-foot, we loop onto the guards and they're holding it. But then something from the pool comes up and places a boulder underneath the gazebo and moves the immovable rod, unclicks it and starts to pull it away. We see the rope starting to move. So Altharion instinctively dives in to get it, and is holding onto the rope and starts yanking it back. Now, this individual is a man that is glowing white. Glowing white, yellowy in the pool. And this is Sergei that the party finds out. And it's Strahd's brother. And originally, Sergei was meant to be married to Tatiana. But she was claimed by Strahd, and Tatiana was actually buried here in the first case. Now, we find out that Sergei's presence in the pool helps keep the town in check, which we already knew. But if we take a vial of the water, the first sip of it is a lesser restoration. However, it needs to be restored back to having a greater restoration to help the rest of the town. And it's at this point that the abbot teleports in. And he gives us this information and he helps us understand. But then we start talking about ourselves, and one of the guards comes up to us and go, he's listening. And so it's known to us at that point that the abbot is an ally of Strahd. And we found out more information about the Morning Lord. Altharion was able to remember that it's a deity of creation, dawn and renewal of birth, favored those that dispelled the dead and planted new life, as well as the clerics are known as the Dawnbringers. That the deity is neutral good, and the guards direct us, and obviously they directed us towards a tower where they closed us in and where we could actually speak in private. So the party kind of comes up with this idea, all right, well, there's not much we can actually do here unless we come back with our good friend and ally from the town, which is Father Lucian, to be able to do greater restoration, because Altharion did find out he can do greater restoration, to bring back this pool to the state that it was, but we're not sure why he hasn't come back in some time, because we do ask the guards about it. And so that is where we pick up for session 28, the hunters become the hunted.
Woohoo, I love it.
Very good.
Yeah.
I actually learned something in that, so
Oh.
apparently
Oh,
I
yeah?
was not paying attention last time.
What did you
I
learn,
mean,
Balithal?
That's fair.
I totally I flaked out on the whole Abbott is a
thing?
ally of Strahd thing. I don't know
Oh.
how I missed that, because that sounds like that's really major, and I missed it. So
Yep, to some extent
everybody-
he is.
everybody really needs to listen to Scotty in these recaps, because
Yeah.
it's some good stuff.
Yeah,
Very
we get
helpful.
things this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think we decided that we were gonna go to the general store and a couple other places to grab some equipment and gear up before we headed out. And our plan was to head out to go to the werewolves.
Okay. Yes. Let's see what we have here that you guys can
Eat them.
utilize. Okay, so most of the areas you guys haven't really even looked through. You kind of just hightailed it up the mountain.
Hmm.
Minus looking through some a little bit here and there, kind of just pinpointing some areas. Let's see. Do.
Man, that was freaking me out. Smithy's chair started moving.
What? The ghost of Smithy's chair.
Yeah, that was a little freaky.
What? The cat jumped on my chair. What happened?
Yeah, no, your chair started moving. I didn't catch the cat jumping in it. I just saw your chair start moving, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Just randomly see my chair move and nothing else.
I love it. Oh,
I'm like, Smithy's short, but come on, that's
Whoa, listen, I'm not that short.
Wow. All right.
that's what I said. He's not that short.
Okay, so where the hell is this sitting? Let's see. So we have I want to say somewhat of a blacksmith, kind of Neolithic. The whole area itself is pretty stoned in, so it doesn't really thrive very well, or doesn't have the most updated abilities. So you're not gonna find major things here, but you could definitely restock. There's a small general store for some rations if anyone needs them.
I still have like 10.
Yeah, I think most of you should be moderately okay with rations.
Yeah, I've been popping Goodberry relatively frequently because they last a day.
Yeah.
I eat whatever I can.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
have a pretty large meal.
Right.
so
Whatever, whoever,
Yeah.
whatever,
Whenever, it really
whatever,
doesn't.
wherever.
It does.
Just-
Hey,
matter.
Kane, did you ever get your dog collars?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Rukhar has them.
You made them?
Yeah, I made them before we left.
Okay. Yeah.
Say, whoops.
So at this point, we'll make that exchange too.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm thinking about it.
Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'd like to go to the blacksmith to see if I can pick up a chain shirt to go underneath my leather
Okay.
armor.
This guy, he kills me. I mean, no. I'm gonna go to the Neolithic smithy and see if he's got a grubby little chain shirt. Said I have my friend make one for me.
Wow. We're fighting. now.
Whatever.
Got it.
I'll
Whatever.
actually
No.
get you to upgrade my leather armor into studded leather armor though.
All right, so a chain shirt in this area. It's pretty basic, nothing super special, and it wouldn't be embellished like our friend here would do. However, it's 35 gold.
Yep, that's fine. I'll
Okay.
pick that up for 35 gold.
Okay.
He's like, I'll just
to-
use the party gold there, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I'll use my personal funds, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Wow. Wow, this is where we're going, huh?
How do you have 30 gold? I got 10. Some bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rukhar's-
If you
Rukhar's
need
got like
stuff,
500.
yeah, we
Ah,
so
damn.
because you joined
What?
afterwards, we all got 500 gold from the first
An early quest.
Yeah,
Ah, I got it.
yeah.
Um,
35.
At some point, I need to talk to Rukhar about making me some better armor.
Okay. All right. Beyond that, the anything else that we want from this area at all? Like the general market, like I said, you can get some rations, maybe some bolts. There's arrows. There's some minor health potions, like 3 available if anyone wants them. make sure I have the price of those available because that's my life.
Do they have like decent weapons here?
I mean, probably basic, if at anything. Nothing that you would have like special abilities with, but you could probably find like a set of like daggers. There might be a short sword, but again, very plain. Might not even be in the greatest of shape, to be fair.
I'll also note that we do have 3 healing potions from Naga's gear
Okay.
as well.
Okay. So the potions of healing here are 45 gold each, and there's 3 available.
How many? Well, I'm amongst the party. I think that's going to be worth it to pick it up for all of us. Just grab all 3.
Okay.
And then I'd like to stock up on more arrows.
Okay. So I have like an entire sheet, so bear with me because it's not very searchable.
All good.
Let me see what they've got. This freaking thing is absolutely ridiculous. So, they in here. I see it. Yes. So 20 arrows is 1 gold.
Oh.
And they have 100 total.
Yeah.
So it would be 5 gold for all 100 if you wanted.
Yep, I'll load up.
Okay.
Sorry, Bird. For their weapons, do they have anything better than a standard battle axe that I could use? That I can still dual wield?
They even have anything? They have a blowgun. Sorry. That made me good. I wasn't expecting to see that. They have a pair of daggers, they have a great club, and a hand axe. That's
all right, I already got all that. All right, cool. Thanks.
How much were
Again, this is kind of a tight knit, like it's just stuff that they use inside, really. What are you looking for?
Just how much all 3 health potions were going to be, and what I'll do is I'll take that out of the party funds.
Okay.
Specifically.
So I lost where they are. I think I said 45 each. Is that what I said? Training supplies. Yeah. So 45 each.
Yeah, 100.
135.
And there's 3. So yeah.
Yeah, 135 gold.
Yeah. Let's see. Funny as it is, I could probably share this when we get to the next big town. I'll probably drop it into the Discord. Because it is an entire list of like your basic supplies and what they cost in the areas. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Does anyone want anything else? I'll mention I can distribute health potions when we get closer to needing them, in terms of battle. But the one, and this will just be as a note for everyone, I do want to speak with Esmeralda to see if we can get a bag of holding.
Okay.
That is one item that I think we will need, especially as we accumulate gear, resources like potions, food, all that kind of stuff. I think we'll end up needing it. So, but other than that, I'm set for what I was wanting to do in terms of supply-wise. Anyone else?
I'm good.
I should be good.
Question, Bird.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now? The general store or the blacksmith?
A little bit of both.
Does the general store carry like playing cards?
Playing cards.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Like you know.
Let's see.
Oh, it's a fire. Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Hi, hello.
what's
Hi.
up, sir?
How we doing?
You missed everything. We killed Strahd.
Oh, nice.
Nah.
Nice. We're done.
Next campaign?
Goodbye.
Got it?
Yeah, they would have playing cards. It is 5 silver.
Okay, I will pay him the 5 silver out of my pocket and
Okay.
buy a set.
Okay. Fair. The way that they have this the shop catalog that I kind of pilfered off of the internet, playing cards are under the shady dealer theme. I just had to put that out there, and it's
Nice.
adorable. Yeah. That was great. That made my day. Yeah.
Just a quick question, Bird. How much
Yeah.
do each of the potions weigh?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Let's see.
I think if you drag and drop it from the compendium, it'll automatically do weight for you.
I've already
it
got my character sheet in another window,
should.
so
Yeah, let's see.
I can
Potions
do.
of
I can add it in
healing.
later, but just so it's
It
not.
actually, I don't have a weight on it. Let's see if it's any. Huh. Let's see. 1 ounce.
Okay, so that'll be 6. In terms of carrying weight, what's our maximum?
I think it's 15 times your strength score.
Yeah, I don't actually. I think they
Okay.
yeah, they all vary, but that sounds pretty accurate.
All right, cool. I'm good. I can carry 225 pounds of gear. I'm at 150, so that
Yeah.
bag of holding is probably sooner
It's
rather
going to
than
become
later.
necessary. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
feel that.
carrying 160 plus arrows.
Yeah.
We eventually got to get a party bag of holding.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I need.
I hate carry weight in
Yeah,
in any game. It's the worst mechanic of
It
any
is
video game.
quite a. I'm not very strict on it. Like I said originally, I think
Yeah.
that party weight is something that kind of goes all together, and as long as
Just
it's not
don't carry an
ridiculous,
anvil around.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
keep an anvil in your back pocket, or like a giant chest. I get it, but there's also great little tools for carrying things like the bag of holding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you guys will stumble upon anyway. So
Speaking about a
Yes.
chest, what the hell happened to the tote chest that I took from the freaking whatever that place was, the granary, the bone
Yeah.
grinder?
yeah, you
What the
still
hell
have
happened?
that, don't you?
It's probably at the inn.
Probably. I would say so. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I have to like go back and
right.
make sure I have all these little details
So
written somewhere.
I think if there's nothing else, let's see if we can find a place to stash the horse and cart.
In a bag of holding.
Samson's gonna
They
fucking
won't
go,
live.
Samson will eat them both.
"I know a place."
No, Samson. No.
So give me an investigation roll for that. Okay. So you're looking around specifically for somewhere safe that you think that
Yes.
you could leave this cart and the horse, and just that it's available. And you spot a slightly larger cottage of sorts that stands out a little bit from the rest. you look around it. It's not fancier by any means, but it's slightly larger. It looks a little nicer or more well kept than the others. It has a smaller, almost looks like a barn of sorts off the back. The doors are open, it looks empty, and it's a possibility that maybe whoever lives there might let you leave it for a little while.
Yeah, I'll approach and I'll knock on the door.
Okay. A woman answers the door. She looks not very old. Maybe mid-30s at most. But she looks kind of drawn. And she has like almost like a noble looking scarf type shawl on. And she kind of looks down at you rather than at you, the way that she holds her posture. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, myself and my friends have got a horse and carriage that we were looking for somewhere safe to store, and it seems like you've got a stable of sorts out the back, and I was wondering for, of course, a small fee, if you'd be willing to house our horse and carriage for a time being.
Ever seen you around town? Who might you be?
My name's Altharion. Pleasure to meet you. What is your name?
Anna.
Pleasure to meet you, Anna. We are relatively new in town.
Okay. When do you plan on coming back?
Could be up to a week, maybe 2 weeks at most.
And she kind of like looks around you a little bit and notices, whoever might be standing behind you. Evanora is probably pretty close by, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it would be fine, but you should ask Dimitri. He might have other plans for the stables. I can get him for you. And she just leaves.
Sure
She
thing.
doesn't wait for an answer. She doesn't anything. She kind of just saunters off a little bit, doors open, and it looks inside like you've never seen fancy before. Everything is marble. Everything is crystal. It's flamboyantly beautiful, if that makes sense, compared to everything you would expect to see here. A larger man, also wearing kind of like a fur type of coat. He's got jewelry. He's got like almost a crown-ish on his head. Kind of comes up to the door pretty abruptly. Looks at you and goes, "I've heard of you and your group in town. You just need to leave your horse. Why?"
We've decided it's probably safer to leave it here than take it with us where we're going.
Where are you going?
We're heading up to the tower that's on the other side of the lake, and we've heard that there
Oh,
are.
you're that kind of group. Makes sense. Okay.
We've
You can
heard
leave
that-
it here,
That would be greatly
but I may
appreciated.
use it if that would be okay.
That is perfectly fine, and I'm happy to pay for a fee for you to hold it for us.
The only thing that I would charge you when you get back is the amount of food we have to feed the horse. Other
That is-
than that, it's no damage.
That is perfectly agreeable. Thank you so much, Dimitri.
Can you do me a favor, though?
Depends on what the favor is.
Back some wine when you get an opportunity. The nicer, the better. She likes it sweet.
Sure thing.
You leave it
Any-
as long as you want.
Okay.
I've got some pudding.
Oh gosh.
Why
I got dream pastries.
You guys are adorable with all your poison cakes.
Naga slices if they're interested in that.
No.
Oh, bleh.
Naga chop.
No.
Um,
Naga chop.
We're going down a dirty road here.
I can't see why we can't cure some wine for you and bring it back to you.
Would be appreciated.
No worries at all.
What'd you guys do up by the abbot? Just out of curiosity.
We just wanted to find out what was going on, to be honest. We'd come into this settlement and we'd come through the barrier and it looks completely different on the outside perspective to the inside, and we figured that, you know, the person who was the abbot staying up in the abbey, being above the settlement, may have the best idea of the information. But he didn't really explain as to why the barrier's there. It's just there.
It is just there, isn't it?
Hmm.
Well, to be fair, he definitely put that up to protect the town. Barovia is a little dangerous nowadays, I would say. And with the children in the town getting sicker and sicker, I suspect that he thinks it's from outside. And the wife kind of peers over his shoulder. You can see now that she's substantially smaller than he is. That she completely hid behind his back. She kind of peers over her shoulder and goes, "Are you done yet?" Just very simply. And he kind of brushes her off a little bit. He goes, "They'll bring you wine later." And she kind of just like humps and walks away. He goes, "She's been miserable for a month, so she'll be fine. Wine makes everything happy, huh? If you
That
could
it
do me that
does.
favor, you can leave the horse as long as you need. Just don't die and don't bring anything into town. That's all we ask."
We will do our darndest not to. Because
Beautiful.
We may even try to help the problem that you guys have with the children.
Interesting.
But we'll see. We'll see
If you find a way to bring any children back, do let me know.
we'll do our best to. We've got some allies that we can speak to about doing such a thing. So, but Dimitri, thank you so much for your time.
Beautiful. My pleasure. And as you're turning away to kind of not watch him shut the door, you notice that there's a plaque right next to his doorway that says the Burgomasters. And it's got the Kreskov name written in big, pretty, fancy fonts. And when he shuts the door, you realize that they run the town. You were just in. It's also one of the names that was written on one of the tombs up at the abbot.
As in the Burgomaster was the name on one of the tombs.
The Kreskov name.
Bird, quick question while he's
Yes,
writing
sir.
that down. I know we sort of missed or passed our shopping opportunity, but is there
you're
any
fine.
like metal available at any of the stores?
The blacksmith would probably have some basic iron available.
How much does he have?
Well, let me find out. Let's see.
Maybe he
Perfect.
has Iron Maiden
Uh,
or Metallica.
I
We'll see.
mean, maybe.
Yeah, are there any heavy metals?
Let's
Did I have
see.
Avenged Sevenfold?
Maybe. Let's see.
What am I...
Okay.
In terms of his appearance, is there anything resembling the Burgomaster, I guess, that I would have picked up on?
No, actually, they don't have any kind of resemblance. But you get the feeling that they do speak.
Okay.
just the way that he said initially, I know of you and your group. The town doesn't know of you and your group. Why does he? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. They have. Let's see. Do they have any regular iron? Okay, yeah, they have iron. It is for how much? Let's see.
I thought that might be something we'd run into at some point.
Yeah. Okay. So. Let's see. They have 4 iron bars at 100 gold apiece. Yeah.
I can't afford that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What else do they have here? They have
You just need to kill more shit with iron on it.
right.
Fair.
Melt it all down. Yeah.
Melt it down, yeah.
Do you ask this while ZR's around?
I mean, I guess you would all probably be close together.
Yeah. I said, yeah.
He would pull some like random scrap pieces of metal like out of a compartment in his suit
Beautiful.
and mention we use these for repairs if you need them. It's a bunch of random stuff. Like it's nothing like super rare, but like cold iron, copper. I actually have it in my inventory. So.
Oh, okay. I was just looking for like some iron for Rukhar to eventually make me some armor. That's why I was asking like what they had.
Altharion will
Don't
pipe up
forget,
and go.
he did build a forge back at the inn, so you will have opportunities to throw some crap in.
Yeah. That's I mean. I just don't really have much I could throw in, so
You'll have opportunities.
I wanted to see what they had. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. I think because they're be selling you like full cold pressed bricks.
Yeah.
Essentially. So.
Ingots.
Full on ingots.
Altharion will also pipe up and he'll ask Rukhar, what were you after from the blacksmith? If you don't mind my asking.
Rukhar? Oh, I was looking for some iron bars, to maybe use at the forge back at the inn.
I know it's probably not iron bars, but I've got 2 short swords that probably could be melted down that I'll never use.
All right. Well, I'll take you up on that when we get back to the inn.
Sounds like a plan. And that can help you out.
Absolutely.
All right. We ready to head out?
I'm good.
Okay. Which route are you looking to take? Out of curiosity, like looking at the current map that we're on, we know that there's only one entrance and exit that's supposed to be used, if that makes sense. But where are you trying to escape from?
We're trying to. I would effectively get out the same way that we came in.
Okay.
I want to be the first one up the rope. Because I know that we had those 2 scouts go past, and I want to make sure that.
Didn't we open the door though? Didn't I spend like 4 days pulling pillars to open the door?
You guys did, and then you put it back in.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys realized, the town was being protected.
What I'd like to do is I'd actually like to put it all back first, make sure it's fully secure, so that the town's none the wiser of what we actually did to get in.
That's fair.
They might know because of horse and carriage, but I want to at least leave it the way that we found it.
Okay. All right. So you want to head back out and then what? Down the road, back around the way to go all the way around everything. Okay.
I would like to. So I think the best way to kind of describe, because I think it's going to be important to make sure to keep an eye out for these 2 guards, is I want to be up on the wall as the guys are putting everything back, an arrow knocked in a stealthy spot, but ready to pop up and loose some arrows if necessary on these guards if they've come walking back this way.
Okay.
So yeah.
Samson's going to join Altharion on the top lookout. He's going to make sure that nobody's going to sneak up on us.
That's
Yeah, Zero would likely do the same.
Let's see. All right, and you are trying to stealth, correct?
Yep.
Everyone? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Rukhar's gonna like make himself big so he can really move some stuff.
Okay. All right, so hit me with some stealth rolls. You're obviously invisible.
Holy.
Okay, you're also invisible. Beautiful.
I'm thin
Okay.
air.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm against a wall, the place they would not look for a person.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
the wall at this point.
You want strength rolls for us pulling in the pillars?
Yes, I would like strength for anyone that's doing the heavy lifting. You're fine. I think most of you are going to be fine, to be honest.
Question.
Whoever's actually doing that work. Yeah.
How tall is the wall?
was
I
30
forget what we
feet
had
from
this.
memory.
Yeah, it was pretty high.
I'd like to be about halfway up, so I'm about 15 foot above wherever somebody would come around.
Okay.
I will be on the
9,
tippy top.
16. Beautiful.
Tippy tippy top.
Tippy top. All right, cool. So it takes you about an hour of keeping an eye out, watching them kind of put all the stone back, because they did a lot of the work previously to kind of re-barricade it in. So now it's just like the fine-tuning and getting the bigger, heavier rocks back into place. And you do so with ease. No one gets hurt doing it because you guys are beastly, obviously. So it takes you about an hour, and you can all leave pretty unscathed. You did not notice any scouts come through. And the tracks that were left previously haven't changed. There's nothing that anyone has noticed of looking at new people passing by, nothing. Pretty much how you left it.
Even the tracks of the 2 guards that walked past.
Those were the only ones that were there, in addition to all of yours from previous. There's nothing newer than that, though, that you can tell.
All right. I'll be like, let's head back the way we came and let's head to Richtofen's tower first. I reckon that's the best play.
We're going to the tower, not to the werewolves?
Well, we go to the tower first. That's on the way to the werewolves.
Yeah, I'll actually bring you guys back to the map
Okay.
of Barovia so that we know what the hell we're talking about here.
Yeah, because
I see.
I'm probably gonna reference something that I read in my notes a bit earlier. I would like to take a short rest, and I remember Bird saying that short rests were pretty much long rests in Barovia.
Yes. In Barovia, yes.
Because I think what I'm gonna do is on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it would take us to... Would I know roughly how long it would take to get back to Richtofen's tower from where we are? Like a rough summation?
I'm gonna say that it's... With taking a direct route and not pit stopping at all, it'll probably take you guys about 2 hours at a calm, cool, collected walk. Not brisk, just kind of strolling, essentially. If you're taking brisk walks, maybe an hour 15. It's a lot closer than you're in.
Yeah.
A lot closer.
Primarily, what I'm wanting to do here is... I want us to get probably a decent way. I would like us to travel briskly. Of course, it's not up to just me, though.
Right.
Because I would like to cast Pass Without a Trace on us, so that pretty much as soon as we've left, gotten a decent way away, we just disappear.
Okay.
And it would be... It would mean that... And I'll put the spell... It does last for an hour.
Okay.
And it's everyone within 30 feet of us. It's not necessarily for the stealth bonus. It's for the fact that we can't be tracked by magical means, and and we leave no tracks behind. That's the bonus I'm looking for from it.
Okay, that's fair. So essentially, You would have that fully if you did it immediately to just about getting to the tower. Just about.
Yeah.
Or you could wait 15 to 20 minutes and then do it and have straight to the tower with no traces.
Yeah.
And also keeping in mind, coming this direction, there's a lot of different ways you could go if you were being tracked.
Yeah.
But however you plan on doing that, that's totally fine. On board with it. Not a problem.
I'd like to do the most direct route possible because I know that this spell only lasts an hour.
Okay. So essentially, you guys are going to freehand it. I'm going to use different colors so that it stands out a little bit more. So you guys would be coming out of here. You'd end up coming down this road here and having to cross the bridge around.
Yeah.
That's the most direct route via road. There's always the opportunity to cut half of this out and try to go through the forest, which would probably cut your whole trip down to about 45 minutes. But that's up to you guys if you wanted to try that or not.
Does Altharion have favorite terrain of forest?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't have any. Why not just go through the forest?
I
Because
mean,
pass without a trace does not make us invisible; it just makes us harder to see.
yeah.
So if something is wanting to follow us, it can.
I'd be happy to cut through the forest on the other side of the bridge so we don't have to navigate across the water.
All point.
That's the only problem that I have with cutting across the bigger forest like that.
Okay. So in order to do that, I'm just going to redo part of that line so I can follow you guys along. So you're talking here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So to do that, you'd probably knock about 15 minutes. You would have a solid hour covered if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for everyone else's reference, what Fox is talking about with Natural Explorer. So because we wouldn't necessarily get the slowed down benefit, but we can't become lost in there. And I also get additional proficiency bonuses for intelligence and wisdom skills when it's related to my favorite terrain. So stuff like survival checks to get us through things, perception, nature, all that kind of stuff to get through, I'll be able to handle.
Give me a walking order. So who's going to go first?
I would probably be going first.
Okay.
I'll probably be wherever ZR1 is.
Okay. Evanora usually walks pretty close to Altharion, so I'll keep that as well. ZR, where do you want to be? Back, front, middle?
Since it seems like Altharion is concerned with someone following us, he would be in the back.
Okay. So ZR and Samson would kind of chill in the back.
As he's walking, he's going to be looking backwards, like his head completely turned around.
Go figure. Rukhar, hey you, everybody else?
I'll be up by Altharion.
Up Altharion, okay.
I'll take up the rear with Rukhar, with ZR1.
Okay. What is going on here? Who am I missing? I don't know where their sheets just went.
Oh god.
I'm guessing.
What?
Lost
Drax.
sheets.
No, I have a separate so that I have everything marked down, and I completely lost all of your stuff for now.
Oh,
and I don't know where they went.
Fun times.
Yeah, right? All right, so who am I missing? I've got Altharion, I've got Evanora, I've got Carrick, Heyu, ZR, Rukhar. So I'm missing Drax, Rukhar. I think that's it. Okay. I don't know why you're character was just like, nah, F this, I'm out.
Deuces.
I don't understand.
I am one.
Yeah. No kidding. You said F it. All right. I got you. I think that's everybody. Oh, and Samson. Totally missing Samson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is not the correct number. I have more people here. What's going on? Okay. All right. I am all good to go. So, you guys. Yeah, this works. All right. So, you guys start off down the road. I'm getting DM.
No rush if it's mine, Bird.
Yes, I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. So you guys start down the road, normal chitter chatter, I'm assuming. Anything you guys want to discuss with each other along the way, please feel free. You don't really notice anybody behind at all, even with ZR1 and his head backwards. It's a pretty quiet walk, minus some crackling in the forest as usual. Nothing really happens. Anybody want to have any conversations along the way or not? We're good? Everybody's kind of on par with everybody else, what we're doing?
I guess I'll
I think so.
I'll just have kind of conversations with Rukhar about the situation with CR and just make sure things are not necessarily like fully good, but understandably like we're on the same page, just not the same line kind of, story.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
So Rukhar is going to actually be pretty quiet throughout this whole walk.
I'm just in my own head.
Okay. This is fair. It takes about 45, give or take, 40 to 45 minutes for you guys to hit the bridge. Straight up from the bridge, you find the same post that was marked at the bridge in the first place, but going the other way, it leads you to several different places. The winery, it leads you back to town, and the new handwriting that's written on there, to the Redwater Inn, straight ahead.
Ooh.
As you come to your crossroads, now you're gonna cut through the woods is your goal, correct?
Yeah, but first off, could I perception check to see that writing if I'd recognize it?
Sure.
Of course, in that one. So no, I've got no freaking clue.
No, it doesn't look like anything that you've seen before. But it also doesn't look like anything you've seen before.
Yep. Correct.
Fair.
Kane, correct.
Wow.
That's
On
the
that one,
first
get
step
that.
one of the evening.
There you go. That's the day. That's the day. That was beautiful.
Jesus.
At least it was on that and not the survival check or anything else when going through this part of the woods.
Yeah, you're good. You get that out of the way now, or you're gonna die in this part of the forest.
Yeah.
The smallest part you could cut through, and you're gonna be like, all right, guys, we're
Now
out.
that Kate mentioned
Fucking
it, I need
party
to
life.
show you all the die that I have. Actually, I'll send it
that.
in Discord.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so anybody need anything before we cut through the forest?
So before we head off into the forest, Rukhar is going to actually grab Altharion and kind of stop the party. And as he does this, he's gonna unclasp his cloak and pull it off, and he's gonna hand it to Altharion. And he's gonna address the party and tell everybody that it's been an honor working with them and traveling with them and fighting with them, but with the recent events, he doesn't think he can continue with the party anymore. So for now, he's gonna head back to the inn and see where we go from there.
My.
Wait, what?
Altharion will... His demeanor looks saddened, but also not surprised. And in such a way, he'll... How tall's Rukhar?
4'6", I believe.
Okay.
Let me look. Yes, 4'6".
Cool. So Altharion will actually get down to him face to face and not do this looking down at him. He'll say, I understand. Take whatever time you need.
Oops, that was me. Don't mind me.
And I will, and Altharion will say, I'm not holding on to this forever. I would like to give it back to you when you're ready.
I appreciate that.
So, as that happens, and Altharion will just kind of clasp him on his shoulder and go, be safe. Keep your wits about you.
Kidding me? What can hurt me?
Altharion will have a chuckle. And he'll go,
Famous last words.
we'll see you at the end, my friend.
See you there.
So to clarify, is this a new character thing? Like you're getting a new character?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I was like,
There was a little bit of panic going on if you didn't hear it.
Yeah,
Same. Yeah.
I can kind of see. Yeah.
I was like, you better fucking not. Okay.
Yeah, I
It's
was
good.
like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
I get it too because I wouldn't want to be in a party with Smithy either.
Dude,
But this
if
is
I was
also-
leaving the group, then I was like really cool about all this up until this point.
Yeah. It's
Well, and plus, this is the guy with, like 9 different characters lined up. So he's like, all right, on to the next one. I get it.
100%.
yeah.
Well, I didn't get to get Rukhar killed in a fight with ZR, so
No.
I mean, there's still a chance.
Hey,
I mean, anything can
And
happen
go.
now. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
honestly,
can happen.
Attack.
and this is just my personal preference, I actually enjoy seeing characters become NPCs
Yeah.
rather than seeing them get killed. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah,
once we're back in the Forgotten Realms, we'll run into Hannah Law. Like,
Oh yeah,
Right.
100%.
and I've kind of talked to Bird. I wouldn't mind Rukhar kind of sticking around the inn as like the party smith for a while.
Right.
And it's something
makes
He
along
might
those
take his
lines.
own little,
Right.
quests.
I
but-
will also say, just because a character dies does not mean they can't be an NPC you come across later.
That is
Right.
also
Yes.
true,
Yes.
especially in
I
Barovia.
I was gonna say especially in
Um,
Barovia.
I think Ian would be pretty scary as an NPC because we don't know who he would be.
Yeah, yeah.
He could be any of the NPCs we've encountered.
You never know.
You never know.
And he's gone.
And that note, you all kind of watch just for a few minutes as Rukhar walks and disappears towards the Redwater Inn. After a long yet brief moment, to the forest you go. All right, let's see. So, walking through this part of the forest, getting into the forest itself isn't very difficult. It's a pretty smaller portion, but still pretty large, comparably. It takes a few minutes to get everyone in and kind of settled to the darkness that's in this portion of any of the wooded areas in Barovia. but once everybody starts to kind of adjust, and whoever doesn't have dark vision, which in these areas, dark vision becomes kind of like a medium vision, essentially, because it's pretty dark. Anyone who doesn't have dark vision, how are you going to navigate this? Does everybody have dark vision?
Dark vision.
I think I'd,
I've got
I love all
improved
that. I
dark
don't know.
I
Birds
do.
Maybe.
birds
Okay.
invoking light. And
I
know.
don't think I do.
I can see.
You should.
I
You
should.
should some kind of dark vision. Yeah,
I can
you're
see
dark.
through
Actually-
magical darkness too. I like
Hold on.
amazing vision.
I need to ask you, Bird.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't ZR have like infrared?
Well, hold on.
Well, I mean, I don't know what do Warforge usually have.
Normal vision.
Warforged usually do not have any.
Really?
Infrared?
No, they do
Vision?
not.
Interesting.
Is that like an Eldritch Knight thing? What is that?
I think it's a warlock thing.
Nope. You can pick it up as a feat.
Mm.
If you get Eldritch Adept, it gives you one Eldritch Invocation. And I chose Devil's Sight.
Right.
Because it's really good.
It could be.
Mm.
I would also know that some of us wouldn't be able to see, right?
I would assume that generally speaking, there would be some who may have a little bit of struggle.
I'm happy to pull out a torch as well. And
Okay.
use
It definitely helps a little bit, at least keeps you guys together.
Yeah.
And then, letting those who have pristine vision be able to kind of lead the way through more at a safe pace.
Yeah.
So that works. As long as everyone's kind of, buddied up in a sense, yeah, I think you should be fine.
Yep.
I can pull out my Sunblade.
That works as
I was
well.
gonna say,
Yeah.
actually, ZR would do the same thing.
Yeah.
He'd ignite his wrist blade.
That's fair. Okay, so everyone has some sort of light function, whether it's built in or not.
Isn't
Uh,
Altharion invisible now?
yeah, well, I mean,
I-
to a
Yeah.
degree,
Well, I mean, if it depends on if I'm holding the torch or not.
right? So yeah, no one's invisible at the moment.
Yeah.
No stealth roll has been rolled, but you're all pretty much just you're buddied together. I don't think at this point you would be expecting anything anyway to go that deep into it, only because no one followed. As far as you're aware, whatever you saw, you guys were just standing there with no one around, so it's not something that's too much on the brain right now. And I think that Rukhar's leaving might have thrown you all for a little bit of a I'm not going to think straight for a minute.
Yeah.
ZR would be fine.
Yeah, well,
ZR
not
would
that I
probably be the
expect
only
anything
one.
different. Yeah, exactly. So there's ZR with his bright light of an arm walking through the forest.
He would give Rukhar a nice, like, howdy do wave as he departs. He does this, like, very, like, robotic kind of, like, back and forth wave. Yeah.
Oh.
I love
Like,
it.
you can tell he's trying to mimic what other people are doing without really knowing that, like,
Why they're
it's
doing it. Yeah,
Right,
that there's
exactly.
emotion behind it. Yeah,
almost like a
That's
Baymax
like
wave.
beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Or like Chappie or like
I love it so much. Okay. So you're about 5 minutes in, and nothing seems to be out of the norm. Can everybody
Mhm.
give me a perception roll?
Perhaps.
I'm gonna go with no.
No, you're not allowed.
Oh, bull.
Wow. Okay. No, you're right about this.
I that's technically a 9 because my proficiency bonus is doubled because I'm in my favorite
Okay.
terrain, but
Correct.
I rolled a nat
For whatever
one,
reason,
so-
it's yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know why that came up as Bram, but okay.
Why?
Literally, it's set to as
Carrick, and I did it from the character sheet
All right,
of
so-
Carrick.
Roll 20 is
Weird.
just having a day. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So wow.
Oh, no,
Wow.
it's in that one. Inspiration wouldn't help with that. Ugh.
No, not really.
The reason why it's set as Bram is because you're probably in your little text box down at the bottom right hand corner. You're as Bram.
Oh, I'm as Carrick. I just said that.
That is so
Really?
Yeah. That is
That's
so
weird.
weird. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't even know. All right. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was a
it says
thing.
Carrick in there, so I don't know why it's.
I
know,
did it
all right.
from my character sheet too.
Yeah, that's very strange. Whatever. All right. So let's
Hooray,
see.
roll 20.
Yeah. Right. All right. So Altharion, Rukhar, and Drax and ZR, you're all pretty much just floating around. You're just going straight, following the group. Nothing around you is really standing out. Everything seems kind of normal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you
Mhm.
and Samson. While you're walking, you're not noticing anything that's really in your face too much. But you do hear, like, a little bit in the distance, what sounds like a crackling of a fire. You don't see anything, but you can hear it. It's very faint. Almost like you hear fresh wood just starting to burn. It's got like that wet crackle to it.
Samson's gonna pipe up and he's gonna say, "There's a fire nearby."
Okay.
Can you point out the direction where you hear it from? Because I hear
Yeah,
squat.
It would be straight ahead of you. If you just keep walking straight ahead, you will bump into it.
So Samson's right arms are gonna immediately like point out directly.
Okay.
All right. If you can see it, I'm happy for you to be up front with me, Samson, to keep things going.
Acknowledged. And he's gonna walk up to you.
He just became very robotic.
Right.
Sorry, I had to. All right,
He's hanging out with
so
ZR too much.
he is already,
Yeah.
they're already buddied up, and that's the
As
end of
pals.
He's very impressionable.
Yeah.
Sorry, impressionable.
it. Impressionable, yeah. All right, so I think at this point is when there's going to be a little bit of rearranging for your character tokens in your lineup, because Samson will have moved up with Altharion, kind of pushing Evanora behind a little bit, but Hey You is going to come up as well behind Altharion, because that's where your two biggest perceptions are.
Mm.
We're going to leave ZR1 and everyone else kind of where they were, just keeping the back portion of your crew pretty safe, essentially.
Are we
But
supposed
as
to
you
see
continue-
something right
No,
now?
not yet.
Okay,
We're just kind of talking through it at the moment.
Got it.
As you continue walking through, the fire's cracking a little bit louder, and Altharion, you're starting to pick it up because now you're hyper listening for it.
Yeah.
So it is directional, right, directly in front of you, but you can't see it yet. For some reason, this darkness is just smothering it, and you're not quite sure why.
Do I see the fire yet because of my different vision?
You would see a lighter spot a little bit further up in the forest, probably, I don't know, like 25, 50 yards ahead.
Okay.
But it doesn't look super bright. It's not a huge fire. It's just like a smaller glow that differentiates quite a bit.
I'm gonna stop Altharion and the rest of the party. I'm gonna look at Altharion. I'm gonna go, "Do you want me to scout ahead and investigate?"
I think we should all go together.
All right. At this point, Samson's gonna stay in the same area as Altharion, but he's gonna go to the tree line.
That's fair. Continuing ahead.
We're kind of
Go
approaching a clearing in front of us, or is it still thick trees?
It's still pretty much thick trees where you're at. From the tree line, it still looks pretty thick and heavy in that area, but he can definitely see the glow a bit more coming through the tops of the trees rather than underneath, where the thicket is really large and overgrown.
Fantastic.
As you guys start to press forward, you do notice that there's a little bit of a clearing that's coming up, but more down low to the ground. It's almost as if someone came through with some kind of a hatchet or a machete and cleared out a way that they were walking. It's pretty single file.
Can I see how recent
Still.
that is?
Sorry.
Nature check.
Mm.
You should do pretty okay with those.
Yeah, and I'll get it.
Not with the way his rolls are going.
Okay.
That's a 20, technically.
Okay. Because you're favored by it. Yes.
Yes.
It's probably within the last hour.
Can I roll a stealth
Okay.
check to start sneaking up on the camp?
Yeah, I'd like to stealth out as well.
Okay. Anybody who wants to can.
You also get a plus
23.
10 from Pass Without a Trace.
30. So that's a 33 stealth.
33. Yeah, you're invisible.
22.
Okay, you're also invisible.
Is
Mhm.
everyone trained stealth right now?
Anyone who wants to that's behind Altharion and Samson is more than welcome to join into the stealth. It's
Oh,
gonna be
big funky dragon.
it's gonna be a group stealth anyway. Unless there's somebody who really flunks out.
Are we all trying this?
You may as well.
I guess so.
Yeah. Like,
I love the heavy armor. It's like, no, you can't be stealthy.
Yeah, but you,
that's a 19 though.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah,
do
it's
also
still
add
hilarious,
plus
though.
10.
Yeah.
So,
But it's
yeah.
yelling. Okay. Okay.
It's angry.
Are you,
It's very angry.
Bird,
Yeah.
question. Is
Yeah.
there a branch around?
Yep, many.
Can I grab one and just literally smack the back of Rukhar just to make sound from his armor?
Wow.
-8 stealth.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
DR.
well, I mean,
How much
Dang.
does the stealth go down if I do that?
I mean, it would definitely drop quite a bit. To be fair, ZR1 is just a giant piece of metal walking with you.
Yes.
Just gonna put that out there.
True.
Look, a -1 with
I'm.
a nat 20.
He's 900 pounds. Like
Yeah,
he's going to see everyone trying to like sneak, and he understands what you're trying to do, and he tries
Yeah,
like legitimately, but it's just not. It's not going
it's
to
just
happen.
not working.
Think about that. I
it's
rolled a
adorable,
nat
though.
20, and it gave me a 12. That's hilarious.
Jeez.
Even with the plus 10, you're sitting on a 9 for stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still sitting.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting pretty low. All right.
That's why once you're like, you can only add to it, I was like, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, to be fair, you're all pretty stealthy, and you get a valiant effort thrown in there for poor ZR1.
Yay, E
that
for
one.
effort.
Yeah. As you continue, Evanora has not stopped giggling. I'm just saying, because of the giant clunky metal trying to sneak behind everyone, has definitely amused her 100%. I don't care. She's amused.
What he's
I
here
don't-
for.
Yeah, 100%. You continue up a little bit, and the clearing gets a little bit wider. It's not gigantic by any means, but you do see on the other side of this smaller clearing a man.
Man.
Pretty large, to be fair.
The man.
Sitting in a very small, crackling campfire. He by no means is surprised that you're here.
Of course, because we've got a massive 900-pound walking
You got a
Warforge behind
900-pound
us. It's just
beast walking with you,
doof.
but he is by no means surprised. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to approach.
I have a feeling this is the new character, but I'm just making sure. I'm gonna hide in the tree behind him.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Evanora will probably follow up. It's just the way she is, generally speaking. And anyone else is more than welcome. Rukhar will, because he's Rukhar, for sure. And I know he just said BRB, so
Yeah.
he's more than welcome. How would you like to take this?
As I get closer, what's his overall appearance?
Would you like to take over for that?
All right, so you're guessing right. This is my new character, and what you see before you is an 8-foot tall, 350-pound bugbear.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no. I love it.
But he looks like he's generally friendly. He doesn't look very hostile.
A bugbear?
Yeah.
A bugbear.
Looks friendly and not hostile.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there, to be honest, at the fire, resting.
No,
He's not
Yeah.
anything aggressive in this nature.
As soon as you said 8
Okay.
foot tall, I was expecting Goliath.
I know this is a bad time, but I do need like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
Good.
No worries.
I love the quick turnaround too.
I had
All right,
to.
see you guys.
Right?
Here I am.
Bye bye.
Does he have any
Samson.
like? I guess he's probably got his weapons and everything by his side, and all that.
Yeah,
kind of
he's
stuff.
not set up to fight. He's definitely in a more docile positioning. He's
Okay.
not like at a stance. He has
Ah.
nothing. There's no weapons raised.
I want to fight.
No.
Also, whenever Altharion and Evanora and Rogar start like approaching the camp, I want to like sort of like make eye contact with Altharion and like sort of give him the "I'm here if you need me"
Okay.
type look.
I'll just kind of
Rogar.
I'll have my hand and I'll acknowledge by just tapping my leg. And as so to give a sense of Altharion's approach, he's not necessarily like too intimidated. He's just kind of resting his hand on his blades. So his left hand on his swords, and his other hand's free, and he's just kind of
Okay.
casually walking up. He doesn't have his hood up as well. He would have had it up going through, but he actually would have pulled it down when he came into the clearing.
Okay.
Sorry, I
That's
missed
fair.
who this was.
You're now meeting the new character.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, I guess well, as we approach, we'll kind of once Balithal is back,
Yeah.
introduce ourselves.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to fight anymore.
Are you sure though? He
We'll
is
see.
pretty large. I'm just saying.
8 foot tall bugbear.
Yeah, he's pretty large.
I'm
Definitely
pretty large
intimidating.
too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to change a baby.
Very good.
Oh, good. So
It's always perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I need to roll here.
Doing your initiatives. Knock it off. Yeah. You're fine.
So his passive perception is 18, guys.
Isn't
So
he?
that's why he wasn't surprised that you guys walked up.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Well, my stealth check was a 33, so you have no clue.
But you're with people who are
like I
not
said, yeah,
a 33.
exactly.
Yeah.
The group check would be fine normally, except 900 pounds of metal and a few giggling people. Well, definitely does not hide most of the group. Even though Samson may be up in the tree, he might not know where you are.
Yeah, well.
The existence of the group is there.
So
We're also
what-
walking around with like glowing swords too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
In the middle of the forest.
Yeah, think about that.
Oops.
So do you
Stealth
wanna,
rolls means you're being sneaky. It doesn't mean you're invisible.
yes. Do you want to keep on describing your character, Bal?
there's not much more to say. He's as for Iron, because he was gone. He's 8 foot tall, 350 pounds, and he's a bugbear. He is sitting in front of this fire. Not very threatening. He's wearing leather armor. You don't see any like large weapons or anything nearby. Just he's just kind of hanging out. And what you do see is a set of hand drums in front of him.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
This is a very interesting character already.
Hold
on.
Bugbear
Are you,
bard.
out of character, are you a bard? Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you. That's all I needed. The eyebrow raise is all I needed. Thank you.
Oh no.
What's funny is I queued up the eyebrow raise.
An 8 foot tall, 350-pound bard, huh?
Yeah,
I want to point out
Bugbear bard. I love
that bugbears are naturally proficient in stealth.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
they are absolutely ridiculous characters. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
100%.
I want. So as you guys walk up, he's going to invite you all to sit around the fire. He's gonna say, "Come, join me," and he's going to just kind of say out to the general vicinity, "I know you're out there. You might as well just come in and sit by the fire."
01's going to sit right next to you.
I'm probably the only one that you don't like tower over.
Altharion will
Probably.
kind of sit diagonal to you. Then I'll go, "Oh, good sir. This is an interesting spot for a camp."
Oh, I was kind of waiting for somebody to show up. It's one of my talents, being in the right place. It's not always at the right time, but I'm always in the right place.
That's quite a talent to have. Patience is a virtue, I like to think. I'm Altharion. What's your name, good sir?
My name is Talhaearn.
Pleasure to meet you, Talhaearn.
I must say this is not normally how people react to me.
Well,
Usually there's pitchforks and torches and a lot of screaming and yelling, but I do appreciate the calmness.
well,
Well,
you see,
we have dragon people and danger flubber and a walking robot. So you're actually probably one of the more normal ones of all of us.
and that's what Altharion will say, is that, well,
Yeah.
if you have a look at who we have in our motley group, we're quite different ourselves.
Normal is the normal around here, bud.
Yep. So, and Barovia is just a strange place anyway. It's
Well-
what I've come to expect, at least.
Well, seeing as how we're all meeting here, well, you're all meeting me, would anyone like to hear a story?
Yes, I'd like to hear a story.
01 just stares at you.
Has anyone heard the story of the girl who looked up?
Ooh. Eh? You looked up?
So, just kind of set the stage here. He'll pull up his hand drums and he'll start kind of tapping them to just a rhythmic beat. And once he starts talking, what you guys are going to see is above and around you, you're going to actually start seeing the story as it unfolds.
Oh.
So you're going to hear it to the beat of this drum, and you're going to see the story. Once upon a time, There was a girl. This was before storms, before memories, and before legends. But there was still a girl. She wore a long scarf, a vibrant red scarf, twin tails extending far behind her, blowing in the wind. The girl in the scarf played and danced as girls do today. In fact, most things were the same then as they are today, except for one big difference: the wall. A high, terrible wall, stretching towards the moons, blocking the sky, throwing everything around the girl into shadow. The girl stepped towards it, looking up, straining to see the top. You see, in those days, a wall kept out the storms and the light. Of course, even without light, people still had to live, didn't they? That's what people do. I hasten to guess it's the first thing they learn how to do. So they lived in the darkness, farmed in the darkness, ate in the darkness. The wall had existed for so long, nobody knew how it had been built. That did not bother them. Why wonder when the mountains began or why the sky was high? As these things were, so was the wall. So the girl danced in its shadow, and the other people, they worked as farmers or washwomen, doing their duties with heads bowed. Only the girl looked up at that wall, her twin scarf tails streaming behind her. She approached a man standing behind a small cart of fruit. "Why is there a wall?" she asked the man. "Well, to keep the bad things out," he replied. "What bad things?" "Very bad things. There's a wall. Do not go beyond it, or you shall die." The fruit seller picked up his cart and moved away, and still the girl looked up at the wall. "Why is there a wall?" she asked the woman suckling her child. "To protect us," the woman said. "To protect us from what?" "Very bad things. There's a wall. Do not go beyond it, or you shall die." The woman took her child and left. The girl climbed a tree, peeking out the top, her scarf streaming behind her. "Why is there a wall?" she called to the boy sleeping lazily in the nook of a branch. "What wall?" the boy asked. The girl thrust her finger, pointed towards the wall. "That's not a wall," he said. "That's just the way the sky is over there." No, he's wrong, the girl thought. It's a wall. A giant wall. He considered. It must be there for a purpose. Yes, it is a wall. Don't go beyond it or you'll probably die. Well, these answers did not satisfy the girl who looked up. She reasoned to herself, "The wall kept evil things out. Then the space on this side should be safe." So one night, while the others of the village slept, she sneaked from her home with a bundle of supplies. She walked towards the wall, and indeed the land was safe. It was also dark, always in the shadow of that wall. No sunlight ever directly reached the people. The girl traveled far. No predators hunted her, and no storms assaulted her. The only wind was a pleasant one that played with her scarf. The only creatures she saw were the crickets that creaked at her as she walked. Then at long last, the girl in the scarves stood before the wall. It was truly expansive, running as far as she could see in either direction. And its height, it reached almost to the heavens. She climbed and climbed. There were outcroppings in the wall, things like spikes or hunched, ugly statues. The climb took days. At night, the girl who looked up would tie herself a hammock out of her scarf and sleep there. She picked out her village at one point, remarking on how small it seemed. Now that she was so high, as she neared the top, she finally began to fear what she would find on the other side. Unfortunately, this fear did not stop her. She was young and questions bothered her more than fear. So it was that she finally struggled to the very top and stood to see the other side. The world burst alight in a sudden explosion, a brilliant and powerful brightness that lit the landscape beyond the wall. The girl in the scarf gasped and saw the world in all its colors for the first time. Green trees, blue sky, red rocks, fields of golden grain, all on the hidden side. And on that side of the wall, you know what she found? Steps. The back side of the wall was crisscrossed with enormous sets of steps leading down to the ground. So distant. The girl stared at those steps, and suddenly the gruesome statues on her side of the wall made sense. The spears, the way it cast everything into shadow. The wall did indeed hide something evil, something frightening. It was the people, like the girl in her village. She climbed down the steps, scarves streaming, and hid among the creatures who lived on this side. She sneaked up to the light and brought it back with her. She was chased by the people from the land of light the whole way to the other side, to the land of shadows, and then light for the first time in the village, followed by the coming of the storms, boiling over the wall. The people suffered from the storms and their destruction, but each storm brought light renewed, for it could never be put back, now that it had been taken. And people, for all their hardship, would never choose to go back, not now that they could see. That's it. The end.
That's pretty awesome, to be fair.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Great story.
I do have to note, this is not my story. I learned it from a great bard by the name of Brandon Sanderson. Hey, I got to at least acknowledge it, right? I just read a story on stream.
Yeah, yeah.
That was good, yeah.
That's fair. That is fair enough. Huh. So you're a bard yourself?
That would be the profession to which I strive.
Well, how long have you been in Barovia, if you mind I ask?
To be honest, I have no idea.
We've been here maybe a month, maybe 2 at this point. I'm trying to keep track as best I can.
You'll find that everything kind of blurs together in Barovia.
Yep.
The passage of time doesn't physically hang on you as you're here.
You're not wrong, good sir. You're not wrong. Well, we're heading over to a tower, not far from here. I'm not sure if you've come across it in your travels.
Oh, the one behind me?
Yeah.
I tend to stay away from places like that.
Why so?
Usually people that build places like that aren't accommodating to my kind. I'm usually better in the wilds, going to town.
That's fair. Do you want to get out of Barovia?
I believe that would make me very happy.
Well then, I believe that this is not per chance that we meet then.
Oh, just out of character real quick here, Scotty, because you walked away.
Yeah.
So as that story was going on, he's an illusionist, so that was also a visual story for everyone.
Right. So I'm guessing he was telling it in the fire?
Not necessarily in the fire, because the fire is not necessary for him, but
Yep.
But he was, beat of a drum, more of a cant. It's not he doesn't sing so much. It's more of storytelling. So
Okay. Cool.
I know you like to take notes, so
Yeah. Yeah. Well, myself and my companions, patriots, we're working on not just releasing some, but all people from Barovia.
Sounds like a noble quest. Sounds like the kind of thing that somebody might want to make a story out of.
Well, if you're wanting to get out of here, I dare say you know what we need to end up having to do.
What would that be?
Killing Strahd.
Oh, right, yes.
You're welcome to join us if your goal is aligned.
Sounds like a good quest to me.
But alas, the decision is not mine alone. And I'll turn to Evanora, I'll turn to Rukhar, I'll turn to Drax, hey you, and I'll even look up at Samson and go, and I'll usher him down.
Samson's gonna jump down from the top of the tree to like right here, and he's just gonna splat on the ground.
Oh my god.
Just
And
Hulk land.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was kind of imagining like when you drop a bag full of water, how it kind of like splats at the bottom and it like bounces back to shape. That's what I imagine he would do.
When he
I was thinking
reforms, he's
silly
gonna be-
putty.
He's gonna be doing the you know, the draw me like one of your French girl poses. He's gonna be doing that, but keep in mind he's got full arms.
Let's be honest. He looks like a balloon when you drop it on the floor.
Yeah.
Nice. Like one of those stop motion cameras.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I'll turn to the others and go, I know what we've encountered recently. And I don't want to make this decision alone. And it
So
would
other
be-
than storytelling, good sir, what can you do for us in battle?
Oh well, you know, I can confuse people, and I've been known to toss some heals here and there. Although your big friend over here, I don't think will benefit much from that.
Okay. I mean, he's gonna look over to Altharion and be like, looks like he can hold his own and tell some good stories, so I don't see any reason not to bring him.
Samson's gonna lean in real close. He's gonna say, I like the story.
Thank you, good sir.
Altharion will turn to Dracax and go, anything from you, Dracax?
No. I could care less what you guys decide. And I'll go back to drinking my wine and playing with my cards over here in my stone.
Just playing solitaire.
Pretty much, yeah.
um,
Or for what you can tell, yeah. Solitaire.
He always has some kind of weird thing going on when people are doing things. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
And drinking that wine.
And drinking that wine.
Altharion will turn to Evanora and go, what are your thoughts?
She would likely just agree to bring him along. Looks like he could be helpful.
Okay.
Intimidating.
Yeah. He'll turn to hey you.
He was gonna sheepishly kind of like peek out from the rocks he's hiding behind, and just be like, wait, a little flustered at like how you even like saw him, but then just yeah, I mean the thing he did with the story, wow, that's I like that. Sure, and then he'll just go back behind and hide behind the rocks.
Are you okay? Hey, you?
Oh, totally fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
Are you sure?
We can keep him. I think. So.
Keep him. Sorry.
That's gonna be interesting too, because I can't heal Hey You either.
Yeah.
Can I?
I don't think anybody can heal Hey.
Hey You and
think so.
ZR.
I think they are
I've got. I mean,
self-healing.
Yeah.
I do have cure wounds that I can use.
I don't believe
most-
Cure Wounds works on either constructs
Yeah.
or undead.
Yep,
So
that's
Nope.
the thing.
Okay.
I have my own. I have my own ways of healing for what it's worth.
Right.
So
Well,
Don't worry
healing
about
for
it.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But hey, you. Well, you know,
yeah,
Yeah.
he does
inflicts
in fact-
wounds might be something to look at.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and he'll turn to Rukhar and he'll go, well, Rukhar, if you're happy with the same method that you were accepted into our group, and
Carrick's gonna pipe up and say, "My opinion doesn't matter."
and Altharion will go, I didn't see you over there, Carrick. My sincerest apologies. What do you think, good sir?
He's reluctant. Carrick's reluctant. He can't understand why a group who is literally running around a world that's trying to kill them is so open to bring people in without any hesitation. But he's also clearly outnumbered, so he doesn't really have a say.
Carrick?
mean,
Your opinion does matter, my friend. And I will always hear it out.
I hear what he says, and I'm like, I mean, it's not like I'm going along. I just could care less. It's just another body.
And
I guess whatever keeps me out of the direct line of fire. Something to hide behind.
nice.
Who's
The big
gonna
something
hit
to hide
you?
behind.
Who's gonna hit you? You literally disappear as soon as we go into a fight.
I hear you, Carrick. And
I slip in and out of shadows. I don't need to be in direct attention.
so I'll say to him, I'll say to Carrick, we'll do the same thing as when we brought in Rukhar. And I'll turn to Talhaearn. I'll go, when joining us, we've had multiple join us recently. With us, trust is earned. And we'll give you an opportunity to earn that trust. I hope you can understand our methods.
Should I be concerned with the amount of turnover that you guys have, or
I mean, technically, maybe. To be fair, they've not died though. They just left.
really? They have?
I mean,
There's been a few that are,
I mean,
never
Zero
woke
one.
from asleep.
Zero one
Technically,
will
like,
raise his hand and say, I
only
killed
2
someone.
people left and 3 people died. So
That's
I mean-
like 60%.
it's not all of them.
I will say it is. Yes, it is something that is taxing on me. The amount of people we've lost along this way. I've not. It has not escaped my vision. And we have lost many.
I mean, 01 will pipe in and say, we aren't exactly farmers.
right?
There have been some things we've run into that have, I guess, meant that party members have left either on different missions or needed to take care of themselves. Others we have lost just no fault of our own. And we were helpless in those situations to do anything about it. Others, we're still coming to understand why we've lost them.
He's gonna pop out of the rocks again and be like, I told you he was going to kill all of you, okay?
And I'll turn to Hey You and go, I wasn't referring to you on that one, Hey You.
Oh. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Zero will raise his hand again.
While you guys are saying all this, you can see that he's like mouthing all of the words that you're saying as if committing this to memory.
Oh, like recording? Oh my god.
He's a bard.
Yeah.
He's committing it all to memory to make a story about.
Exactly. So I guess if you wish to join us, you are welcome to, and we are open to give you the opportunity to earn our trust and become a part of our group. But at the same time, I wouldn't blame you if you chose not to because of what we've been through.
Ah, come on. You gotta have a little more confidence. Don't be so down on yourself. I really appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity. I mean, I'm really proficient in a lot of things, so I think you'll find me useful. So this will be good.
Who doesn't love a charismatic bugbear? I'm just saying.
Right?
I'm just saying. It's fucking adorable.
Are you about to Monty Python this and just like sing about our peril as it's happening in front of you?
Yes, yes, I expect that.
Oh man,
1000%.
If y'all ever like run from a fight, the Brave Sir Robin song is coming out.
Fucking coconuts and everything, fucking making the horse sounds.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
All right. Well,
that's why we left the horse
I do have the
behind.
hand drums. I can kind of like walk behind making the.
You know what? I think this is going to be a very good party.
So I guess we're still heading towards that tower. We have some allies there that we're gonna hope that they're still there. If not, we'll leave word for them. And we'll rest there for a little bit before heading north further. And if you've been further north, you may know what we're encountering.
Where would you have come from? Do you think you've been further north?
Say what? Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Do you think that you've come from the north side, or did you come from like in town? Generally.
I would say I probably came from in town. He's gonna stick to like going between the different town centers.
Okay.
As a bard, he's kind of like find an inn, get a free meal and place to stay.
Well, he definitely would have been involved with the circus going through the carnival.
Absolutely, yep.
1000%.
He actually has a ability from his background that he gets free food and lodging at any inn or anything like that.
That's cool. That's cool.
I love it.
People may recognize me and be more friendly towards me and stuff because of and he's an entertainer, so
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I mean, a bugbear walking into a bar singing versus roaring makes a big difference.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
a bugbear, a dragon, and an angel walk into a bar.
Oh gosh. That's what we've got in our group now.
Yes. A storyteller for all of your long trips. Yes.
Oh, yes.
All right. So you guys want to head to the tower?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll go back to Barovia. It doesn't take very long, to be honest, to get there. So if there's anything you want to do on the process of walking, it's probably, I don't know, 5 minutes out. It's not very far because he's pretty close to the edge of the town there. Where the hell is the current party? There it is.
Well, I guess I'll just, from Altharion's sake, I'll just get a bit of an understanding of his backstory.
Okay.
So just kind of to, what brought you to Barovia in the first place? What were you doing in where you were before Barovia? Obviously, being a bard, you were probably traveling and being a bard in that sense, but, just kind of like his origin story and the alike.
I mean, I have to come up with an origin story.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to go crazy at the moment.
Yeah. Like, he's not necessarily going into massive detail. It's more like, where were you before this? Like, do you have any family? Like, the general small talk stuff. Just to get an idea of who you are.
Well, my demeanor didn't really fit in my tribe where I grew up, so I've kind of wandered for a long time. Found a mentor to teach me the bardic ways, and
Brandon, yeah,
Brandon. Yep. And how I got into Barovia, I stayed in some ruins and woke up here. Fell asleep, woke up here, been here ever since. Like I said, I don't even know how long I've been here.
Yeah. That seems to be very similar to our story. We slept in a alcove on the road towards Mirabar and ended up here.
No, I didn't.
This is way back. way back. And ZR I'll turn to Talhaearn and I'll just be like, he's one of the newer additions.
I came to Barovia on purpose.
That is also true.
Samson's gonna stick his hand up and go, I was in a jar.
So true.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, you guys will come upon Richton's Tower. What would you like to do here?
Well, first off, is Esmeralda's cart here?
The cart is here. Yes.
Okay. It's good to know because generally it doesn't tend to go anywhere without her cart unless it's like short trips, from my understanding. So,
Question. This is purely for story purposes. Is her horse here as well?
No.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
Okay. Altharion will go to turn to everyone and I'm going to go to the top and see if anyone's here. Evanora and Rukhar, do you guys want to go into the bottom floor and see if you can find any supplies that were left from our other compatriots?
Mm-hmm.
So Altharion will make his way up the side of the tower to the top floor, and we'll we'll knock and enter.
Okay. As you start entering and everyone's making their way around, there's no one here. No one you can find. You do, as I said, see the wagon, so you know they're probably close by. But with so many towns and such, and they do run errands a lot, there's no one here at the moment.
Okay.
There are still the golems here, on the main floor. You do also notice a newly dug ground around the back of the tower. But other than that, there's nothing really changed from when you were here last.
Okay.
Newly dug ground. Interesting.
Rukhar is going to search the ground floor as instructed for any supplies or anything.
Anything specific that you might be looking for?
Just any general supplies, rations, anything that could like help us, armor, weapons, anything like that.
Definitely nothing on the first floor. There are a couple of crates that have some what looks like some kind of ale.
Ooh, I'm
That
gonna
was
take that.
newly delivered. And a locked crate that pretty simple to open if you really wanted to. On the side of it, it says the winery. So you're assuming it's another delivery.
Can I investigate it or attempt to unlock it?
Yeah. It's a pretty basic lock closure. You can do you want to just break it open? Do you want to actually try to pick the lock? What do you want to do with it?
It's from the winery.
Yeah.
Can I try to like gently, and this doesn't come from me very often, but like gently try to like break the lock like with my axe?
Yeah, sure. So give me a strength check. Yeah, you can take the butt end of your sword and kind of bang at the lock a little bit until it starts to let go. It's pretty flimsy.
Okay.
And you're able to crack the lock itself, hinges and all, right off of the wood without damaging the wood.
Perfect. And then I'll open it to see the contents of it.
Mostly hay. Inside of that hay, you find 7 bottles of red wine, all
We know-
unmarked.
Okay. Do we know the quality of the wine?
No.
Hmm.
Good luck, my friend. Just remember where we are. Just a gentle reminder.
Fair. I'll grab the bottles of wine and keep them for our friend that is requesting wine.
Beautiful.
I guess Samson's gonna check out the dirt.
Okay. Are you looking for something specific or just looking?
I just do a general perception
Okay.
on the area because it's something new, and new is interesting.
Sure.
I love how birds just keep in mind where we are. We
Yeah.
just let a gigantic bugbear into our group, but we're worried about a bottle of wine.
I mean, to be fair, the wine's probably more dangerous than the bugbear.
I don't know what you're talking about. Wine's not dangerous.
Says the man who hasn't stopped drinking the same cup of wine the entire time he's here.
Yep.
I mean,
That's metagaming.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
So
Bird has to inform me what the wine is, but it's whatever.
yeah, it's fine. You'll be fine, maybe. So the ground definitely was dug and then re-dug, if that makes sense. You can tell it's fresh, but the dirt has different levels of oxidation. So you can tell that it's been buried. The top layer came back off and has been reburied. So it's a very strange mixture. You do get the sense that there was a body in here, so it is a gravesite of some kind, but there is no longer any body and no resemblance of one at all.
Interesting. Samson's gonna climb in.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna lay down in the grave.
Sure.
That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Love it.
I'd like to see if I can, on that top floor, see if there's any like signs of how long Van Richten or Esmeralda have not been here for.
Okay. You could do an investigation.
Sure. Oh yeah, lovely.
The bed is made. The papers are clean and neat and tidy. Nothing looks out of place. To you, it could be quick. It probably haven't been gone long, and they definitely didn't leave in a hurry.
Okay. All right. I'll make my way back out and down the tower, and I'll close the door behind me. Actually, before I do that, I'll pull out a piece of parchment, and I'll just leave a note.
Okay.
For Van Richten and Esmeralda, just noting we've checked out the settlement to the, I believe it's to our east or west?
West.
West. Need assistance from Father Lucian in town to help the settlement. And planning on heading north to deal with the werewolves next. And
Okay.
I'll leave that Altharion and Co.
Okay.
And I'll leave that on top of one of the neatly piled stacks of paper on his desk. So it's the first one that he'll see.
Okay.
And then I'll leave.
That's fair. Okay. What is your next goal?
My next goal is to go back downstairs
Okay.
and probably go inside to see if Rukhar's found anything.
Okay. On your way down, you do see Samson laying in what looks like a grave. Whether you question that or not is totally on your own.
I just look at that and I go, of course, and just keep on going.
Okay. That's
But I do note
That's
the
fair.
fact that there is the freshly undug grave that I
Okay.
do take note of.
okay. Hey, what are you working on right now? Oh, he's not here. I just looked up. I'm like, Babalu's missing. I just see eyeballs. All right.
From Cher.
Yeah, from chair. Yeah. ZR, Drac, anybody else? What are you guys working on? Or are you looking at any? Did you go inside? Evanora probably went inside. At some point to just look around.
I'm just standing outside watching everyone go around headless chickens.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. We're gonna say that Heyu probably stuck pretty close to Evanora.
Yeah.
While he's gone, I think that's pretty much his kind of thing. All right. Okay, that's it. Just seems pretty good.
So does Talhaearn like see anything like
Like what?
lying around?
Any kind of
You know,
anything
like
you might be looking for?
bodies or items?
No.
Just asking.
No. Interesting question. But no, nothing odd stands out really. The only thing that is there that's new or newer to any of you that who have been here before, would be the crates. And to Talhaearn, nothing seems really out of place. It just seems like an empty, abandoned tower to you because it's mostly just cracked boxes and there's some resemblance of people being here recently. But to you, you have no idea, and to everyone else, they're going, "Well, we were just here, of course. This is normal."
He's gonna like ask Altharion. He says, "Isn't this the tower you said that you guys woke up in?"
Yes. This exact floor, actually.
Didn't you leave a couple of bodies here?
Yes, 2 of our compatriots.
I thought it was one.
Yeah, there was only one body left.
Oh, there was only one body left, but we
Right.
lost 2 compatriots here.
At the same time, right?
Yes.
And you want to come back here? Why?
We forgot to recover their gear.
Okay. Did you find it?
Well, I'm about to ask Rukhar and Evanora if they've found any of their items that we left here.
Rukhar will pipe up saying that all I've seen are these boxes that weren't here before. I found some bottles of wine for that. Was it Dimitri that's got our horse?
Yeah.
There's some like mead and stuff like that in some of these other boxes, but none of the gear's here.
How many bottles of wine did you say there were, Rukhar?
Crap. 7?
7.
Bird? Yeah, perfect.
We only need the one. Let's leave the rest. I'm sure Van Richten and Esmeralda would have asked for them for a particular reason.
But I get thirsty.
I'm aware of that, Rukhar.
I'm low on water. Wine will do.
And
You can have the 1 to give to Dimitri. I'll keep the 6. It's fine. 6-pack is good.
I'll go.
His math makes sense.
I will note alcohol is not a very good hydration vessel.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm gonna go. Well, what I can tell you is that I can keep you fully sustained, both hydrated and nourished.
Think of the science I could do for the inn. These aren't labeled. I don't know what kind of flavors they use. I need to do science on them.
Then take 1.
I'll take 3.
2.
Rukhar, take 4.
4. I'll still leave them with 2.
These are like, are they like casks or?
Do we have a description of them, Bird?
No, they're not. They're not. They're pretty much crates filled with individual bottles, glass bottles of various types of ale, mead, wine. The only wines that are here are different types of reds.
See, there's different types, so I need to
You can
test
tell
them all.
that the colors are slightly off on each one. The no 2 are exact.
How many are there in total?
7
Seven
bottles
crates?
of wine.
Oh, 7 bottles.
Yeah, there's 7 bottles of wine. There are 5 crates. Only one of them had wine, and it was locked. The others are ale, mead, that kind of stuff. Just random, nothing labeled, but you can tell by the color and the look.
Am I able to tell that the lock was broken off the box?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cleanly broken, but it's broken because the wood is still attached to it, and it's just there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I still think we leave 5.
Leave 5.
Yep.
You don't know how this negotiating thing works. You're stuck
Why?
on 2.
That's too much.
Why leave this behind?
Out of courtesy for our allies.
But they said anytime we need supplies, we can come and see them. I'm thirsty. I want the wine.
Fair point.
We also don't know what the wine will actually do to you, Rukhar.
Let's find out. He's gonna crack open a bottle of wine and drink one.
A full bottle right now?
Full bottle right now. He
Wait,
can drag
oh
it.
my
He can handle a
gosh.
bottle.
Crack it open like you're just smashing it.
Just
Essentially, he's
swords
gonna
it?
he's got his sword already out because he just smashed
With
a
an
log, so
axe,
he's just
yeah.
gonna like pop the cap off of it and he's gonna chug a bottle.
You're savor popping a bottle of wine.
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't work the way you think it does.
It's fine.
It
It'll
shatters
work.
in your hand.
It'll work. I'll drink as much as I can out of it.
There's a reason that works on champagne, not wine.
True, actually.
Anyway,
Absolutely love it.
and
So
I
now
will-
there's 6 bottles of wine left.
It's gonna turn into a frog.
Shall we keep doing science?
Isn't most of
No.
this village like children?
yes, but Dimitri and Anna.
01 will
wanted-
take 3.
All right,
The
I
moment
guess
you
I
say
can
yes, he just grabs 3 of them and starts putting them in compartments in his legs.
That's it. That's all we're taking. We're gonna leave the rest, okay?
Yeah, I'll leave 2 and I'll keep the rest. Good talk.
I will take
bird.
200 of the party gold and put it into the chest.
Okay, that's fair.
With a note.
200?
200 is a
Ah,
lot.
dang, dude.
Holy Christ, that's expensive wine.
I'll
Yeah,
actually no.
seriously,
We'll
jeez.
put 100. I'll put 100 gold. And I'll leave a note.
100 gold?
I-
That's a whole horse, Altharion.
That's a lot.
Or an
Okay.
iron bar, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just
before
throwing
I
all
put
of our
down any
hard-earned money away.
gold-
Jesus.
Before I put any gold, can I make a history check to know how much the wine
you-
would cost?
Karen's gonna ask if you've already drank some of that wine with how much you're trying to give away.
I'll hand him like what's like left of the bottle. There's like a couple drops.
I'm trying to do the right thing by our allies here, and yeah,
You gotta
the right thing. 100 gold is not the right thing. That's charity.
Yeah.
I just left it
I'd
here.
say like 35 max. 35 max.
Like 5.
I still want to.
A bottle of wine is like a silver piece.
It took us a
Oh,
year
really?
to get all that money. All right.
All right. That's fair.
And you just
Alright.
said yourself you lost a lot of people over that money.
Oh, man.
It's blood money. Do you really want to give it to a village?
Wow.
Okay, 16 on the history check to see if I can know the cost, the general cost of what a bottle of wine would be worth of this quality.
Let me
Shouldn't be
see if
that much.
they have it listed because they probably do somewhere. Give me uno momento. I'm actually
Well,
trying
it's
to
gonna
look
say
for
like
it.
10 silver.
Right? Let's see.
This man giving 200 gold for 6 bottles of wine.
Right?
Right?
Altharion's the definition of like throw money at the problem.
Yep. Yep.
we're gonna find Strahd and he's just gonna chuck like 5,000 gold at his face. It's like a fistful of it. Just be like, go away.
If you're
No,
throwing
you-
100 gold at a bottle of wine, we better be in a club and we're gonna make a hail. So I mean,
Bird, I got a question.
He's
Yeah.
literally gonna grab a gold
they being
coin
loud
and
enough
flick it
for
into
me to hear
Strahd's
them
face
outside?
for these
Yeah,
problems.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop my head in. I'm gonna tell them to hurry the fuck up. We got places to be, and wine ain't gonna get us anywhere.
And then I gotta
That
return
is-
to
that
Drax
is
and I
fair.
go, we're gonna rest here for an hour, man. You may as well get comfortable.
You know,
You guys are spending way too much fucking time arguing over wine.
you know what helps make you comfortable?
Wine.
Oh my god.
I hope the tower falls on top of all of them.
Wow.
in all fairness, you don't have a problem with wine because yours is bottomless.
Yep.
Fair.
You are all just jealous.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't actually have any kind of list for it. I would say that because they're one of the only wine manufacturers in the area, they probably sell them for like maybe 10 gold a piece because the area is not that rich.
Okay.
So we're going up.
I will take out of my personal funds.
Okay.
50 gold pieces. And place it there with a note.
Okay.
Holy shit, this is an expensive session.
Yeah. What the hell?
And I'll just be like, look, let's just rest, let's recover. I need to rest so I can actually get us to places stealthily now. So yeah.
Okay.
And I believe by this time we would have lost our temporary hit points from Hero's Feast
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
and all the benefits from that. But I do still have another one that I can use when needed.
Okay. Okay. How do you want to do this chill and hang out for an hour at this point? Is everyone just where they are? Or are you... Well, let's put it this way. A short rest is typically 4 hours.
Yeah.
If anybody is missing anything, 1 hour is not going to give them their benefits back.
If we do 4 hours, by the way, hey, you'll have a long rest at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We may as well do...
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, it may as well be a long rest then. Take 4 hours. And yeah, get spells back.
You'll get everything back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the best call.
The big difference is just no healing. But I don't think we need it anyways.
I don't think so. I think everyone's pretty good. What is everybody doing at the moment?
I'm laying down. I'm laying down in the grave.
Okay.
Did I have any adverse effects from chugging that wine?
No.
No? Okay, sweet.
No.
I'm gonna come outside, find a soft piece of grass, and pass out.
That's fair. A whole bottle would do that to you.
Yep.
But then I would say that was adverse effect.
Yeah. Fair. That's fair. Drax, what are you doing at the moment? Kane. I lost him.
He seems to be frozen.
Yeah,
So
right.
The panda is staring off into space.
The panda is staring off into space, yeah. That is likely he got up. Or he just, his computer died. All right, so Evanora is probably going to rest a little bit inside. Hey, what do you want to do?
This first floor. That just had the wine. This was like a storage floor kind of thing.
Yeah, essentially. Nothing super special. There are 2 more floors in between that and where Van Richten actually stays. But they're not really a whole lot of anything, mainly just wooden floors that are broken a bit.
Okay. So Heyu doesn't really technically need to rest. So he'll probably just wander around. And if something shiny appears, he'll probably look into it, but
Okay.
he'll just patrol a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. Altharion, what's your passive perception?
14.
Okay. And what are you gonna do? Because you don't really sleep either too much either.
No, that's
either.
That's Carrick,
Carrick doesn't.
who's the
Yeah, no, I meditate.
Yeah.
Right.
As a half elf, I still do need to.
You still do
sleep.
rest. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go to do that?
I would. I guess I'd speak to Heyu beforehand and go, "Are you gonna be like keeping an eye on things outside?"
I can if you want me to.
That'd be helpful. Just in case like Van Richten or Esmeralda or somebody else decides to rock up, then we can be alerted pretty much straight away. And what I'll do is I'll kind of hold up in this in the outside corner, not too far away from Rukhar, but on the outside, so that I'm one of the first ones to be aware of things happening.
Okay.
Question. Where's Taylor? Shoot, how do I Talhaearn? Is that how it's pronounced?
Very good. You can call him Tal though. That'll be a
Tal,
lot easier
okay.
than knowing.
Where's he gonna be exactly?
He's just kind of like
Inside or outside of the
around.
building?
Inside.
Okay. So yeah, hey, we'll be outside then.
He might be a little nervous around him. He's just saying. Okay.
How big are them doors?
In fact, 01 would be doing the opposite. He'd still be very, very close to.
Tal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like he's like slightly bent over and he's like looking at different parts of you as you're standing there doing things.
That's not creepy at all.
Oh, it's supposed to be pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. All right.
but he's only looking. He's no touching.
As time starts to pass, everyone is either falling asleep or just closing their eyes to rest a little bit. You got your couple that are wandering around. Evanora probably is leaning against the wall somewhere, half asleep, half not. She doesn't really do that very well anyway. Hey, you said you would be outside, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Patrolling.
Got it. All right, so we'll put you over here for now, for wherever, I guess.
Yes. Hey, you sleep?
No, hey, he does not. He doesn't need to sleep.
What? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, he's dead. Technically.
Reborn.
He's done enough sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the ultimate sleep.
Yep.
All the sleep.
Actually, then yeah, after ZR1 examines his new Bugbear friend for like an hour, then he'll go outside and examine his not sleepy friend.
Okay, that's fair.
Samson,
Samson,
is going
you
to
don't
think in the
sleep.
dirt. No, he does not.
Okay.
He's just going to be thinking in the dirt hole.
Okay. Can you give me another perception check?
I would love to.
Awesome.
It's going to be the worst roll of the night. I guarantee it.
I highly doubt it with your other perception roll.
Can't get worse than a
Okay.
nat
Right?
one.
Jeez Louise.
No, you can't. No, you can't. So, in your thinking days, you hear footsteps. More like patter of feet. Slinking slowly past the grave that you're currently hiding in.
Samson is going to sit up like a corpse out of a zombie movie. And he is going to stare at whatever is walking towards him.
You sit up and see 3 wolves making their way. They all freeze when they see you sit up, but don't really see you as danger. And continue to slowly slink closer to the tower, kind of sniffing the air a bit.
So is this wolf close to the grave?
There's one that's close to the grave and 2 that are a little bit further behind.
Samson's going to sort of like wave his hand at them, like, shoo, get out of here.
And when they do notice that, they stop and they snarl at you lowly. It's not very loud. Probably not loud enough to alert anyone else.
Oh, are we running the initiative? What?
And with that, with the snarl, Samson is going to activate the new rune he's got, and he is going to start walking this way, facing them.
Okay.
Give me a second. I can be here. No, I'll go. I was here, so I'll go. I'll go there.
Okay.
And then he's gonna punch this one right here as hard as he can.
Okay.
And his attacks have a 15-foot range now.
That's fine. Okay.
Wow.
Sorry, and then with I need to check something. I have the thing down, but I don't have what it does to my attack. Also, they're gonna do an additional +1 to attack and +1 to damage, and I'm gonna gain an additional 1d6 force damage.
Okay.
So
16 to hit, which hits. 9 main damage, and then what's your force damage?
Force damage is going to be an additional 4 damage. So that is 13 damage with the first punch.
Okay.
Give me a second. I think I can hit again. Yeah, I'm going to expend a key point, and I'm going to use Flurry of Blows. And I'm going to make... Wait, how many attacks do I make? For the first hit? Because it's saying that the Flurry of Blows gives me 2 additional attacks, which is amazing.
2 additional.
Oh my god. I have not gotten to play Monk much. So...
Okay, 13 doesn't hit, 16 does.
It's a 14 and a 17.
The 14 definitely doesn't hit still.
Okay.
But the 16/17 would.
Okay, and that's going to be 9 plus 4. That's 13.
Okay.
To hit damage.
Okay. So as you do that, the wolf squeals pretty loudly, catching the attention of most everyone around, minus Sleepy Rukhar, because he had a little bit too much wine to drink.
No. No.
However, that also starts to alert other wolves. And some other wolves.
They can be as alerted as they want. I'm still going to eat them.
Lovely.
And some other wolves start walking in to the area.
Let me be awake.
I know
Alright,
exactly.
combat.
When we return,
Ah!
we will roll initiative. It's 11:30, guys.
That's
Oh.
fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
However,
Well-
we'll come back into combat.
Everyone will roll
and
initiative, but Sleepy Drago.
except
Yeah.
Sleepy Drago, who
Wow.
can be woken up
Nah,
at some point.
nah.
Yeah.
We'll wake him up after the combat's over.
Yeah.
Rude.
Right,
Like,
I
hey,
didn't
dude,
say
listen.
anything wasn't going to happen to you for drinking an entire bottle of wine.
Those are not
So
wolves
rude.
over there. Those are much worse than wolves. Uh-oh.
Oh, I see mounts.
What about being inside the building?
You would definitely have heard it. The squeal was pretty much a wolf dying, or coming very, very close to it. So yeah, it was loud enough that it echoed through. I mean, if ZR1 and hey, you could hear it, you guys could hear it because the building is right there. There are probably a window or two or cracked bricks that would let the sound come through.
Right, but am I going to be in combat right away, or?
No, you would still have to come into vision.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yep.
I think you would be able to discern any issues. However, Evanora will be in combat immediately
Would I be
Why?
able to stealth?
because she is in perfect view of that one wolf right there. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
You
be
would probably be
fine.
able to stealth, yes, because
Would
you're
the
out
door
of
be
view.
opened or closed though?
No one said they closed it.
That's true.
So
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, actually, ZR1 would have been the last one out there.
Yeah.
No, he definitely wouldn't have
Yeah.
closed it.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Oh.
come back to stage 1 of the wolves. 'Cause don't forget you haven't gone to the den yet, which is a whole
No.
new
The
situation.
den.
That's what we were on our way to do this session,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So the
You
fact
guys
that
get too sidetracked half the time.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, there was timed from the amount of time that it took you to leave, to be tracked, to be followed, and to be found. There was a timer attached to it.
right.
I know.
So they
Just to
were
be fair.
tracking us.
Yeah, I mean, wolves are good. Wolves are really good.
So much for pass without a trace.
Well, I mean, you'll figure it out. I'm not telling you anymore.
Magical means is the only
well,
I
I
dare
mean,
say.
there's definitely some stuff going on, but there's also a specific werewolf that is with this pack.
Mm.
So,
Oh, I hope it's the one we want. I hope it's the
Probably
one we
not.
want.
Nah, that'd be too easy.
Do
Yeah,
you
right.
want me to roll that now so I don't forget about it, or
what?
the stealth?
Yeah, I mean, you can. The rules will still be here. Yeah, you'll definitely be
Okay.
stealthy.
A
Yeah,
stealthy
and as long as you
8-foot,
stay,
350-pound bugbear.
yeah, as long as you
Yeah.
stay out of
Oof.
sight and don't
Yeah,
make a
right.
racket, you'll be fine. Because they do have heightened hearing and stuff like
Yep.
that. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's things.
Per
Have you
question.
seen
Yeah.
Seven Deadly Sins? The entire
Mhm.
inn is built on top of a pig.
I
Yep.
mean,
So if that 13 happened to have been a 16, would that have hit?
yes,
Okay.
even a 15 would have hit.
Okay. Because it was.
Oh.
So that was 7 more damage. I'm sorry. I should have been knowing more of my character sheet.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. You killed that one anyway. You hit it way too
Ooh.
many with too many points. So
I
that
was-
one's not even a worry.
I was hoping to
It
not
has
have to deal damage to the wolves themselves. I want to find their leader.
I'll kill all of them and then eat them.
No, because we want them as allies.
All right.
Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up my recording. It's been great playing with everyone.
All right, guys.
I've been a head out too, guys. Thank you for the fun night.
Yep.
Have a good night.
It was a lot of fun.
Good one.
Well, that was spicy, ladies and gentlemen. Another great D&D session. Turns out we were the ones being hunted by the wolves this time around. So, but hopefully we'll be back next week with another session to be able to keep on going. As I said, we've been playing this for over a year now with the crew, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's so much fun. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the session, and hope to catch you in the next one.